Hi there, Helen Wilkie back again with another episode of your 5-minute author notes. And this week I want to talk about another obstacle that people put up to getting started with their book. And it's related to what I talked about last week, but it's not quite the same. Last week we talked about I just don't have the time. This week the obstacle is it's just not the right time. People will say to me, "Oh, Helen, I really want to work with you. I really want to get my book done. It's really important to me, but it's just not the right time." If I have heard that once, I've heard it 50 times. And sometimes I push back to try and find out what that actually means. So I'll say to them, "Well, what do you mean it's just not the right time? Why is it not the right time?" "Well, because I've just got too many projects on the go, too many things to do." "Okay, like what?" "Well, I have to paint the bathroom." "Okay. And so have you started yet painting the bathroom?" "Well, no, it's been on my list for quite a while, but I really have to get it done." "Okay, so why has it suddenly jumped to the top of the list and sidelined the book?" Or maybe they have started the bathroom. And then I'll say to them, "Okay, how long is it going to take you to finish the bathroom?" "Oh, a couple of days." "Okay, so that'll take us to Thursday. So is that the right time? Is that going to be the right time for you to get started with your book?" Or maybe it's quite often it's this: "Oh, I have this big project going on at work." "Okay, but if the project's at work, why is that stopping you from writing at night?" "Well, it's just on my mind all the time. I can't concentrate on anything else because of this big major project." Listen, folks, I know this sounds harsh, but those are not real reasons. Those are excuses. Just excuses. When will be the right time? So if it's something that, if it really is something at work, at home, that you have to paint the bathroom, let's stay with that example, why can't you just start that and get it done? Or here's another idea. Why don't you think about how could you chunk down the work on the bathroom? What is the first chunk that you could do? Maybe it's put the first coat of paint on the ceiling. So do that and then stop and make your reward for doing that writing on your book. For half an hour, work on your book. That's your reward for doing the project. Or if your big project at work really is on your mind 24 hours a day, that's not good. That's not healthy. And you probably do need something that can take your mind off it. Well, maybe that's your book. So think about this. All these projects that you're talking about, are they filling up the cracks in your life that we talked about last week? I mean, seriously, are you painting the bathroom while you're waiting for your child to come out of school? Obviously not. You can't do that. But you could be sitting in the car making notes about the content of your book. Is the project at work, could it be broken down into chunks so that you can do one part of it and then work on your book if you really have to work on it at home? Let's face it, it's never the right time. There's always something happening in our lives. We're busy. But if your book is really important, you will find the time. You will make it the right time. So here's your homework for this week. If you are one of the people who is saying, "I want to write my book, I will get round to it one of these days, but it's just not the right time," I want you to sit down and write down a list of all those projects that are telling you that it's just not the right time. Write them all down, large and small, business, work, and at home. Write them all down and ask yourself truthfully, are these real? Is this a real reason not to write your book? Or is it simply procrastination? Is it just a reason, any old excuse not to write? And believe me, those of us who write for a living are familiar with this because we do it too. Everybody does it, but you have to find a way to deal with it and get over it and not treat it as a real reason. So make your list of all these projects and then ask yourself, how could I chunk these projects down? First coat of paint on the ceiling. How could I chunk them down and then, as a reward for doing each chunk, can I work on my book? Can I get started on my book? Can I get out a notebook and start planning my book? That's your homework for this week. I'd like you to seriously try it and see how you get on. And tell me next week if it's still not the right time. See you next week.